I want to do a quick demo here of this new effects editor that we're doing testing on here. And to demo it, I've got a light bar with 12 elements, but I'm going to treat it like 12 separate light fixtures. So just, it's a compact way of doing a demo. So I'm going to select all 12 lights in order, and so it'll appear from left to right. And so the new effects editor, if you go to effects, and you'll see on the drop down there's a new effect editor called basic, and that's this. And what it shows you is your last selected fixture, which in most cases will be all of your fixtures will be this fixture, and it's like a scrolling view of the channels that are in this particular fixture. I've set it up as 12 RGB, amber, white, UV separate fixtures. And how this effect works is this effects editor. It's actually it's really two effects in one. You've got you can assign waveforms to individual channels, and you can also create a chase of record steps by setting channels, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing is the waves. And so the way you assign a wave to a channel, like in this case, I'll pick the blue channel. You hit this little box here that's where the waves are, and it gives you a list of standard waveforms. Got a triangle wave, ramp, ramp up, down, sine, square, a pulse wave, random ramp. And so what I've done, I've chosen the blue channel here, and I'm going to assign a sine wave to it. And so I'll hit play, and all 12 fixtures that I selected are now running a sine wave. And I can speed up, slow that down. And to the right of the fader, you notice a blue bar. And with that, you can set the limits of where you want the channel to travel. So in this case, I'll move it to where it's sort of like just moving up and down within the center of the channel. Or I could just run this down to 0 and say I only really want it to run up about halfway. So it's going to run this sine wave on all of these, like that. I could speed it up. And then the way phasing works is you can offset each individual fixture by a certain degree of phase. So you can say, all right, I'm going to offset these by 5 degrees. You can see they're starting to separate a little bit. Yeah. So as you increase the phase offset, you can see they're all together, but they all lag the lead fixture. So you can assign a different wave at the same time. Like green, I'll run a ramp wave, and then red I'll run random. And so you're going to get some crazy mix of colors by doing that. You could do stuff like set all 3 RGB to their own random value, so you'll get all kinds of colors random. So it's just when you move the bar, you can set the range of the random selection. So say I want more red and blue, I'll just bring the green down a little bit, so it'll get the greens will all be a little bit more muted. And you can probably, what I should have done is pick random ramp. It lets you fade in between the settings, so I'll set that to random ramp. And so now they're you can control the fade time too, where you say I just want to fade half the time, and then it's going to stick on the color for a while. So you're going to get a nice little mix of colors. So the random waves, if you set phase above 50%, each fixture gets its own random color. So basically, if you want to create, say, like a rainbow type of effect, we can put the fade up and speed it up. You're going to get something like this. Slow it down, it would be like real slow. And it's just random rainbow colors. The other effect is what I would call a chase. And you can hit the record button, And I'm going to take before I do that, I'm going to take these waves off of here, because you can't really mix waves. I mean, you could, but. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record, and it says, all right, I've got step one with a total of one step. And so I'm going to bring my red channel up. I'm going to turn all my other channels down to 0, because that's what I want included in my step. And you'll notice the numbers are green up there. It means they're included in the step. Okay, so for step, I'm going to hit the advance button, and I'm going to get step 2. I'm going to pull red down, and I'm going to run green all the way up. Step 3, I'm just going to go down the step 4, step 5, and step 6. Oops. And then I'll play it. So it's basically a chase, a 6-step chase, and I just assign one color to each step. Phasing works the same way. It'll stretch. With the chase effect, the phasing takes place across the steps. So what happens is each fixture will play a different step in the chase. And then fade time, same thing. You can make it fade for half the length of a step, or no fade at all, just jump from step to step. And then the beat thing works too. You can tap in a beat. It'll run the tapped beat with the speed if you want to see what that would look like. And then fade time works for that as well. You can have it fade from step to step. So anyway, that's the chase portion of it. So the waveform is really the most interesting thing. You can do a lot of cool stuff with that. Let me demonstrate some of the waves. So a triangle wave, it just kind of ramps up, ramps down, ramps up, ramps down. Oh wait, I still have this chase. Here, I can show you this. If you want to clear out the chase, you just hit clear, and that clears out a step. Hit clear again, it clears out the whole chase. So now our chase is gone. So triangle wave, just the blue going up and down, triangle wave. Ramp wave, ramp up, down, ramp up, down. And then, of course, you can phase shift that across the fixtures. Ramp down, just the opposite. Showed you sine wave. Square wave is just on and off. Pulse wave, you can control the length of the pulse. That's like minimum pulse. I had to hide the pulse width control because I'm running out of faders here, but you can control the length of the pulse. Longer in a percentage. So you could probably do some strobing type effects with that. Oh, here's a trick. All right, so go to your fixtures. Say you want the out of phase pattern to be more like center out. So what I do is I start in the middle fixture and I work my way outwards in my selection. All right, so I'll go back to the effect. Let's do a sine wave on blue. And let me slow it down a little bit. So as I take it out of phase, it looks like it's moving from the center outwards. I do have a moving header. I could probably do a little demo here. Let me set something up here, and I'll add on to this video. Hang on. So here's a little moving head on the floor here, and it's pretty basic, but it's like, you know, pan, tilt, colors, gobo, etc., etc. So you could do something like take the pan and assign a random wave to it, and take the tilt and put a random wave to it. And then if you run it in full pan and tilt, it's going to go all over the place. But what you could do is you can narrow down the range of where you want it to actually run by moving these bars. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of keep it confined more over to this area. Yeah. But what that gives me is just a total random, you know, I don't know what you call these. They used to call these ballyhoos, I think. Or you could do something like just put a sine wave on it. Oh, that's too fast. So a sine wave on a pan and a tilt is basically a circle. So anyway, you could do that with any of the channels. I wish this thing had a iris. What I'd like to do is like put like a sine wave on an iris, so you can make the iris open and close in a sort of a pulsed fashion. You can control the you know, the range of where you wanted it to move. So anyway, this is just to give you a rough idea of what this does, and I'll also make some printed instructions, so I'll explain every detail in that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching.